Hey, traders. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a good one, as good as Bitcoin that's up $2,145. Or you just didn't know yesterday what this asset was going to do, just testing and testing and testing the critical inflection point from January, and May, and June, and July, and now September. So nearing the supply line of what could almost be confirmed as a falling wedge now, with the fifth touch coming or already happened, depending on how accurate your anchors are. Daily's not very good where I anchored, but the 4 hour though, 4 hours is pretty good. Hold on, let me adjust that. Right, it's like pretty much a wedge now. Yeah, maybe you didn't quite touch it. You're very close, but you clearly see like what's going on. It's the local high low from February, created first time ever. Then correlation later in February, and then more correlation in August. A lot of times, multiple times in August and September, it was support, and is now resistance, and now resistance again. My God, what's going on, dude? It's extremely neutral locally. Like it's so difficult. You can't even. The psychology of buyers and sellers is uncertain. Like almost fixed price on Bitcoin. Like, you know, at least since the dump September 20th, where you're only making higher lows, same lows, and now like Still lower highs. You actually technically haven't even made a higher high than your previous high, which desperately needs to happen. But if it's going to happen, I'm telling you, if Bitcoin's going to break to higher highs, it's soon after what just happened yesterday. Because now you have like that idea where you made the low and here's the wick low, but then all of a sudden a higher low. And now are you confirming, are market participants confirming that the bottom's in, right? One bottom and now a second bottom. But we thought one bottom and a second bottom, right? I mean, true. Almost like a triple bottom. But in order for it to be a true double bottom, triple bottom, you must break previous discernible swing highs locally. And that has not happened yet. Okay, so hopefully, right, where maybe we were seeing the development of absorption of remaining demand. Maybe right now there was too much demand, not enough supply, and the asset rallied, and now we're back at this level, and hopefully maybe we're absorbing remaining supply, market participants. Leading up to the new month, which historically is the best. October is historically the best month for Bitcoin on record, based on percentage gains. September is historically the worst. So we survived, literally survived, 1 hour, 51 minutes, and at least on the last day of the month that's so bad, pretty decent price action that's been positive. So will the new month usher in a huge new monthly green candle that takes us above 44K, takes us to the measure move of this falling wedge, takes us to $58,000? It could. I mean, dude, anytime you get away from $40,000, this level of inflection, you can rest a little easier. But when you're there, it's very, it can be very startling because like at any time the bottom could fall out. Because how many times have we seen in the past when supports are just being hugged like this where they can just dump? But thank God for new pieces of data today, last night and today, that have brought us back up to maybe give us a confirmation low or a third bottom or something. That's really good. It's been neutral. It's still kind of neutral. I'll feel bullish when we break previous highs, and that won't take much. And actually, I guess it will. You're not. What I'm saying is, it won't take much work because you're not very far away. My God, you're like what, $600, $700 away from that previous high. But we understand the context of why the previous high was created, because if you look left, it's actually a major inflection point. So I think you break the inflection point, you're breaking the supply line, and there could be a very nice markup. Just like if we couldn't hold 40K, there could be a huge markdown. It's all dependent on the price action correlation to historical trend lines. It's always been that. And never said I knew that it was going to dump. Never knew I never knew it was going to break to the upside, because it's just so neutral locally. But there were others that maybe looked like they were in a little bit less neutral spot. Like, okay, so this will require, I think this is still valid. After last night, I feel confidence gaining, a little bit more confidence on Ethereum, like where the inflection point, the only one you have really until like 2,500, has been held, and you've just made another higher low, and you're kind of getting back above the levels that are very important. So again, this could be trade setup worthy.
Hi Mitch, could you look at link, please?
What's up, THQ? Yeah, dude, we'll look at that. Thanks for the 20 super chat. Sure, man. Yeah. So if one want to take action, I mean, this is starting to become an actionable area, and it's just because we don't know if it's going to succeed. We never do on trades. But if you're going by textbook stuff, this is exactly where someone goes long, right? Because we're at the bullish 5-0 pattern completion zone. We're showing not just one bottom, a second bottom, maybe a third bottom. And in actuality, really, I mean, we've seen it before. I think we saw it on like Morgan Stanley or somewhere yesterday, where it was like you made a high, then you had a big sell-off, and then you rallied, made a lower high, then sold off again minorly, and then rallied again to make a double top on the lower high before dumping a lot more. So, I mean, you think about maybe that could be what's going on. Really big development in crypto. The fact that Bitcoin held 40K again is stupid strong, right? Someone's propping it up because they know what will happen if it breaks downward.
Noise!
Yo Mitch, comp please.
What's up, dude? Yeah, we'll look at comp. Thank you, man. FD, sure. So I would think your stop loss would just be below the previous swing low created, but it's like that low and the candle low close from September 26th and kind of the candle low close from September 22nd. That's like the cutoff, right, for Ethereum. If one was going to long this reciprocal ABCD with, looks like tons of confirmation now, right? Maybe. How we size this up. I know it's up 5% today. It kind of sucks, right? But again, you have to. Yesterday, when we weren't up 5%, we were below a critical level that you needed to desperately be above. You're back at it, above it, right? So okay, and stop below the previous low because you're thinking, all right, that's what I'm trading. I'm trading another discernible swing low for upside. See, the problem with Ethereum is taking an entry now when it's up 5% and having a stop loss strategically below the previous swing low. You can't even take profit at 35.37 because it's only a 2.24 to 1 reward to risk where we must have 3 to 1. Kind of sucks. I think that's right around the 618. Yeah, that is like the 618. So you would have to settle if you wanted to long Ethereum now on the another higher low or the same low, right? On maybe potential double, triple bottom. The first profit taking level would have to be minimum the 78% retrace from the previous high to low, which is okay. I mean, you know. Might just take a little bit longer to get there. But 37, 34 here, if this is going to hold up. You know, if it dumps again, it's probably going 2,500 and beyond. You know. Probably, right? You're playing the fact that we know historically how October is, a new month. September's been terrible. October, and it really hasn't even been that bad. Yeah, we've been making lower highs, lower lows all month. But what about before September? Really nice. Yeah, May sucked. But anyway, bullish 5-0. This is just a trade setup on a bullish 5-0, and it's huge pattern. I mean, the size of the bullish 5-0 on Ethereum. I mean, since we hit the PCZ for the first time, I mean, we're talking 132-day large structure. Those are the ones you like playing. Those are the ones that have higher reliability than like patterns that only were created about a week ago or 2 weeks, right? 130 days, man. So that is a way to maybe size up. Oh, I got double fibs going real quick. Sorry. Oh, those are for the 5-0, so you can see it. But you know, this is, and then that's like one target, right? Because if this is a true bullish 5-0 and this bull trend's real, and we're going for part 2, 58K and beyond on Bitcoin, I'm just saying, if so, it may not happen, right? What do? You could strategize. Your second profit taking level is 100% retrace, right? 886. And then your third target could maybe be swinging for multi-month highs, maybe even all-time highs. Yeah, where all-time highs is like 4381. I'll just plot it right there. That lines up with a 1272 fib extension of the reciprocal ABCD. That would be a perfect target. So that is how we could size up a reciprocal ABCD trade setup, and the ABCD just happens to be the wave down of the bullish 5-0, and that is in Scott Carney's textbooks as the strongest formations of the bullish 5-0. This is like, if you see a reciprocal ABCD after the pattern completion zone of a bear shark pattern, which we got right here, it is the strongest form. Like, so it'll be probably pretty reliable as an opportunity. So this is how you would size it up. Okay. On Ethereum. Hey, if you don't want the long on an asset that's up 5%, fine. Make the entry a little bit lower. Maybe we get lucky and catch some, you catch a little pullback tomorrow or, on the new day, and then it rallies, right? Kind of like Ren. It was up a lot, but it looks so good where it was. That's it. Anyone understand what I'm talking about? I know it can get really complex with jargon, right, and terminologies and stuff, and I try to reiterate what those, if I say something, I try to explain what it is a lot of times, not all the time. That would ruin the stream if literally every time I said reciprocal ABCD and explained it, we'd never get anything done, right? So okay, right? That's how we'd look at it. You understand? This could fail. right? And that's okay. Trying to creating publication. All right, so this is what it looks like. All right. Yep. Anyway, so I guess we can move on. Cool. These are the areas, right? Uncertainty is extremely high. People are scared. Really scared, man. People are like shaking in their boots at this market, and you know, that's kind of how it felt late September. And it was almost the same, identical. Man, people's emotions were high. People were complaining. People were, I don't know, man. It's just like the way it is. And like people were talking about in Patreon today, and it's just like, dude, I guess you weren't here last September or any time the market stagnates for a prolonged amount of time. I mean, this is just how it goes. Like, you know, anyway. It's not like the trade setups aren't being posted and stuff. It's just like, what do you want? Like, people are driven by hype, if you haven't noticed, in this market. So that hype means more people, more chat engagement, right? More sentences are typed by more people. More people are active. It's just the way it's always been, man. I don't know. Like, oh, an active Bitcoin trade setup? Well, not good enough, right? Active and never got stopped out because it never fell below 40K. Wow, how about that, huh? Isn't that crazy? Freaking caps lock, man. Okay. So we can move on. That was Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's look at, shoot, I don't have my total chart up. Just give me a sec. I had to restart my computer right before stream to prevent issues. Yeah, man, it's really interesting. Like the neutral structure is, it's almost Rubik's Cube stuff right now on total, you know. Same situation though, bullish 5-0 hitting the PCZ once, and I like total more than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Or I like it just because you hit the inflection point. Well, on the daily you did. It's weird on the 4 hour. On the daily, you hit the inflection point once, and there's been so much demand, I guess, that the asset has failed to be able to run back down to test it again so far. Still above the 200-day moving average, still at above the 1272 fib extension of its own reciprocal ABCD of this right bullish 5-0 pattern, and at the PCZ, it still looks really fine. You know, until you fall below critical levels, you have to be bullish. Just like Bitcoin, you got to be bullish on Bitcoin above 40K, and you can be bearish below 40K. And this whole week, that's all that's really mattered was that level, and it's somehow holding again. Holy crap. Okay, you should barely even be able to hear the music, but okay, so technically everything's okay on total for now. This is exactly where assets rally until they don't, right? If this thing was to break 1.72 trillion, you understand it could be a fast road down to 1.3 trillion, but that hasn't happened yet. So everything's okay for now on total. All right, we can go to Cardano. that, wow, you know what's happening now maybe? Is this some sort of shark or something? It never hit the PCZ though, you know, like this is too deep right there. But I see an M shape kind of developing on Cardano, really nice. Not anywhere strategic though, not at some sort of support, but it already like went down to kind of try to test that support. So you could understand if Bitcoin's bottoming at 40K, we don't know. It looks good though. Anytime you've tested it again and you've rallied up and you're up 5% off that level, that's a really good sign always. Until new data presents itself and we're back down at 40K again, God, after making a lower high, we're good. We're okay now. Yesterday, not good. Today, really good. But that's like how neutral everything's been, man. Like we have to take almost each day's worth of data to heart because of where we are on the charts. So, you think if Bitcoin catches bids, Cardano is going to come back up to $2.30, $2.40 again to test it. And hey, maybe you're getting a low, maybe you're getting a second low in. And the M-shaped formation is what, you know, how it reverses here. That could be really strong, man. Cardano bottoming out with a higher low double bottom, that would be nuts. You know, the confirmation line is 242. You could imagine you break 242, look out, man. This thing's probably going to 280, then $3 again. So Cardano's not bad. Still in its own little form of price contraction. Certainly a supply line being respected. Like multiple assets across this market have the same supply line that is being tested. Bitcoin's testing it, or maybe tested it today, or is about to test it again going into the new month. All right, so not bad. What was another very large asset in crypto? One of the top ones that we look at because of its size is, well, Binance Coin, right? This was a trade setup based on strategic entries. All that, hopefully that's all trade setups you do are based on some sort of strategy looking left on historical support resistance levels, right? So we were nearing the apex of the falling wedge pattern that was confirmed. Then you sprung, then you back tested the spring of this level. There was a candle high close, daily candle high close from February 19th. Beautiful. And so you broke the supply line, and now you're back above another inflection point that's very real. May 25th, June 14th, being above that, there's no real price action, probably till 4:30, which makes sense because that's going to take you to profit taking level. Okay, one of them anyway. This was beautiful, dude, and it looks like it's continuing, and it's front running Bitcoin and most other coins. Very nice. That's your BNB, your fourth largest crypto in the world. But Hex is there too. I think people say it, you know, the only people that say that it's one of the largest cryptos in the world are the people that own Hex or are part of the Hex community. No one else outside of the Hex community even talks about Hex being a large market cap. So I don't even know. Is it real news or is it just Kool-Aid? I don't know. I mean, if Bitcoin breaks out of like 44K, if we break it out of the wedge, like for real, and we're getting big impulse candles, of course I'll be a piece of bread again. You know, we'll make that the thing. If Bitcoin truly is bottomed out, and we're gonna break out of the falling wedge, which is $44,200-ish, the next stream will be bread. Okay, so whatever, man. Need, I guess, for morale. I don't know, man.
Noise!
People are unhappy, man. I don't even know what I did,
always,
dude. I'm just trying to pull back a little bit to try to balance my own life, so my whole life is not engulfed by charts all the time, 24/7. I get it though. People demand that of me, and if I try to, I don't know, man. I don't know. People are unhappy. Clearly. Okay. What's up, aces? Yeah, we'll look at algo. Any hope left? I don't know, man. It all depends on the technical levels. Which Bitcoin's at one right now, you know it. Okay, BNB, much higher to go probably eventually. Okay. If we want to look at how it was sized up, I guess we can. This is great for education. This was it. I mean, like, right? I mean, how can you? I just hope people pay attention. And this was great because we targeted four different targets. Okay. Entry was after the spring, right? Stop loss was below the level, the daily candle high close from February 19th, right? I mean, that was the thought process here, okay? And there was divergence certainly there. It was near the apex. It was just like everything was there. There were variables that lined up that made plenty of sense on BNB for an actionable long, and this was covered on live stream. You know, this wasn't like done behind closed doors. You had to be watching though. Who knows if I was shadow banned that day, right? So it's a good start, right? It's a really good start, but we're not even at the target yet. It will require Bitcoin to continue its upward movement. But at least we can breathe easy. Anytime Bitcoin's away from 42K, 40K, you can breathe, man. Whew, we held it again. All right, so maybe we should shift gears to a market that really doesn't look good right now.
Hex is hidden on most ranking sites. Trinomics, they use the on-chain data.
Things all about Hex, man. Thank you, dude. So we look at the S&P 500 and it's very interesting. Hey, Bitcoin's not dumping with the S&P. S&P just made its lowest 4-hour candle close today since July 19th. And that was to close the month. You want to see it? This monthly candle has closed today at its nadir. Huge monthly bearish engulfing candle. The first bearish engulfing candle Bitcoin has seen, or I'm sorry, the S&P 500 has seen. I mean, for real, there hasn't been. I mean, this is a bearish engulfing candle from August 1st, but the first real big
Ivy
one.
tipped $100. Can you take a look at Hex, please? TA no moon boy hexagons. Calm
up,
down,
Mama?
smile.
Governor K. Ivy, thank you so much for the $100 contribution. We will look at Hex after this. Okay, thank you. This is a big deal. This is not good at all. That is a seriously ugly candle. You never want to see a tweezer top bearish engulfing candle on a monthly time scale on an index fund. Dang, man. That is... This time scale, this candle is all you need to know. You better be... And maybe you get rallies next month. Okay, you better look out. Because this is, just saying, it may not happen because money printer go burr. It's all a joke now, whatever. Federal Reserve printing money, you know, making our dollar more worthless, and somehow bonds are getting bought, and this all correlating into, you know, we all lose our buying power. You know, the money fiat becomes more worthless. Great reset. We're screwed, and the equities just keep going up. But talking about true technicals here, this is awful. Worst case scenario candle close for the S&P. Okay. Dow Jones. Huge bearish engulfing candle. First real bearish engulfing candle since 2018 on the monthly. That's, do you hear me? On the monthly. Not even, you know, before, like after COVID, right? Even quite before COVID, did we get a bearish engulfing candle? It was a year before that.
Noise!
I'm so happy, brother. You changed my whole perspective, and therefore my life. Patreon/Discord, a wealth of knowledge, huge value. Much love. Can we please look at /USDT? Breaking falling wedge.
We'll do it, Arabian. Thank you, man, for the very kind words, and I'm glad you're getting value out of it. Glad you're satisfied and happy. Can't make everyone happy, though. I understand that. It was all about the charts. Yeah, I know. I get it, but thank you, dude. I appreciate it, man. All right, so not good. NASDAQ monthly. Major bearish engulfing candle, lowest low of the day, lowest low of the month, and it closed. So disgusting. I haven't had a month like this, man, dude, since February. Dude, and that's the COVID crash. First month, really, of it. So, buckle up. Buckle up. So, remember October? It almost seems too perfect, right? So it won't happen. But like major monthly bearish engulfing candle closing going into the next month. That next month just happens to be the one where every major stock market crash occurred there except COVID, October. So tis the season, and tis the bearish engulfing candle on the monthly for NASDAQ. Russell 2000, we're just going to the monthly. Did bearishly engulf. Does look like it's might be topping out.
I was riding Luna today, already took my profits at the almost top and went short. Where you think should I took my profits in your opinion? Hype to the chat. 0.119000000 LTC.
Sold the things for the 18, 17, not 20, but I get it. Thanks, man. Well, Matthew, it's the people that are dissatisfied that are most vocal, I guess, you know, if you're saying that, and it's true. Wow, dude, no support on the Russell 2000 until 1743, right? Okay. At least lately, anyway. All right, so those are your index funds. So let's go these. Let's go to Hex real quick, because you know, let's look at the monthly on Hex. Want to see a joke? Look at the monthly on Hex. Even in log scale, crazy man. Highest monthly close ever coming. 1 hour 25 minutes will be confirmed. Monthly RSI is at 96.5. Enjoy that, man. Wow. That's nuclear. That's Chernobyl levels on the RSI. So we'll zoom in though. Well, how's that? That's not good, man. Not really holding very well, is it? What happened? It's so illiquid that somehow it gapped up to 42 cents and sold off to fill the gap, and now it's just right back at that demand line of this ascending triangle. You got to hold, man. If you don't hold 39 cents, you're certainly going down to 36 cents, so a 3-cent drop. And then that could be ushering in a major one top, two top, a double top. Oof, tempted rally here. 4236 fib extensions, high premium. This is exactly where assets on traditional markets and kind of traditional assets would reverse, could reverse. See it all the time. One top, second top. Not enough demand. It confirms that there's not enough demand, and lower prices must be had so more demand could come in, right?
Gentlemen, in the mix.
These bearish candles on the stock market make me a little scared for what could happen going in October, being the month where everything could crash. Grimacing face.
Yeah, man. Everyone's scared going into October with those candle closes. I don't even know if people paying attention to the monthly candle close, but it's bad, dude.
Noise!
Hey, do you good? Can we look at that? Think we missed the breakout, but would be good to get some insight. Thanks, dude.
Man, well, I mean, I guess. Are you? Yeah, we'll look at VeChain. Thanks to 20 minutes.
Noise!
Been here since Bread Mitchman. Thank you for the education. 0.001142228 BTC.
X03, thanks to 50, man. Really appreciate it, dude. Thank you, man. And yeah, since the bread, dude. Well, maybe we get bread again. Bitcoin breaks out bullishly. It'll happen, man. So, all right, that was Hex. That was a request, technically. Let's see, let's get to these requests. The first one was okay, Chainlink. Really wasn't too bad, if I recall. Yeah, it's definitely not. It's the reciprocal ABCD. It's very, very similar. Very, very similar to Ethereum. It's just failed to launch. Has not been able to take off yet. It's just consolidating. And we know consolidation that looks like this after an impulse down could easily dump. It could be a continuation form of consolidation. Okay, but if we're just going off of ABCDs, It's okay. It's still just really neutral and could break down, but could also break up. It's gonna go where Bitcoin goes, and hopefully Bitcoin just confirmed the bottom's in at 40K for the third time. Third time, dude. How many times you gotta test it, man? And then rally off the bottom to hit another level inflection. And how many times you gotta test that before you break that, man? I mean, it's seriously, I think it's just market participants, the market movers, are keeping this theme or this thing coiled up in consolidation for the new month. The big move is coming, dude. There's no way this is gonna be held up like this for another month, especially the month of October. The big moves coming in October, whether it's a real bad dump or a real insane pump, beginning of the continuation of the second wave, the C to D wave that would take us to 88K. Oops. Sorry, my bad, dude. I was streaming in the zone kind of, but not really. I was too focused on the task at hand and didn't look left, so you can be too in the zone, I guess.
Mitch, can you take a look at Fami? Thanks for Melum.
What's up, Loud News? Sure did. Thank you. Will look. Yep. So it's just like Link is very similar to Ethereum, where you could do the same type of trade setup on it, right? And I like this one maybe a little bit more. It underperformed Ethereum and Bitcoin today, but you just think about like how do you do it? Like you think you're completely done if the asset falls back below $22, you're out. I mean, it's just how many times, all right? And then you could make the 618 equitable here. So having it like this, where, all right, I think that you made a low, then you rallied, then you made a second low, then you rallied again, and you made a confirmation low that the bottom's in. You don't know in the first one, and then you make two other lows here that are higher than the first low. Marginally, but it's very real.
Any chance of you looking expert on doing it, Mitch? And viewers support Mitch through the Patreon.
What's up, Unemployed Baker? Thanks to 20, dude. Thanks, dude. Yeah, tomorrow will be the best time to join the Patreon. First of the month, so that's when the billing cycle occurs. So, you know, you'll get 30 days. So you join, if you want to join the Patreon, you join tomorrow on the 1st, not today. You wait till tomorrow.
Noise!
Hi Mitch, thank you for being here every day. How is Solana doing?
We'll look at Solana. Krusty, thank you, dude, for the contribution super chat. We'll look. All right. So Link right here could be actionable for long. This is how you'd strategize it. If you wanted to take one, could take a low risk high reward opportunity entering at levels like this and just having a stop really tight just below the previous low that just got put in. That low that just got put in is stronger because just before you on the 24th you had the same low. So and a discernible peak, or a peak that gives you two discernible valleys. So it's like you're trading a potential double bottom kind of in ways, but you're also trading the consolidation at the reciprocal ABCD's pattern completion zone.
Yo Mitch, can you check out Dot? Appreciate you.
Yeah, we'll do that. Thanks, Nooch, for the 20. We'll look at it. Thanks, man. So, you know, that'd be your first target, right? A reciprocal ABCD, where C is a 61.8% retrace and D is a 1.618 retrace. It's so easy to target from the high point to low point of the structure and to say the 618 of that high to low is the target. It's like 618ception, man. How beautiful would it be? Second target, if we were gonna layer out, which is normally the best way to kind of trade, not to just, you know, leave or exit the trade at one target, second target, one target, right? It's like 33%, 33%, 34% out. Three positions you exit, right? Just in case, right? You don't make it to the second and third target, or maybe you make it the second target, but you don't make it to the third target, right? And then dump happens. So we would be a reasonable second target. I think how close you are to the inflection point. I love the 618. It's right there, lined up with that August 15th high. I think the second target would be right here. This high from May 27th, this high from April 7th, this high from February 18th, February 20th. That is certainly going to be the second target for Link in this situation. And guess what? This would be the third target. Third target would be Bitcoin's literally going to 58K again, chat. Oh my God, altcoins catching bids. Market sentiment's returning. Q4 like it's done in history. Multiple times in history. Okay, $40 target on link, the 1272 fib extension from the reciprocal ABCD high to low. That's how we get the fib extensions up here. You can have 3 targets. You can even have a 4th target that goes to 44 bucks, which is the high back from April 15th. So that is the way to size up Link in Ethereum. Okay. If we were gonna play it here. Remember, a lot of fear. Bitcoin's at critical levels, but it just held again, 3rd time. All right, those are a contribution. Someone requested that, so it was a good request, like a really good request, because it could be actionable for a long, right? There are requests, people like Hex, people request Hex every day. So, well, it's not actionable most days. But again, sometimes Hex presents us with notable opportunities. And I say they're notable because they present themselves and then they play out extremely well. Okay, there's your link. It's just a way to look at it. Remember, this could fail, but we're willing to pay that amount in losses for this amount of gains, right? Keep playing the numbers game. Keep playing confirmation lows at pattern completion zones of complex structures. And it'll be a lot better than you trying to take longs on breakouts or assets that are running up and testing breakout points, which often people do that are new, that don't know what's going on, right? So these are certainly reasonable levels. Even if it gets stopped out, it's reasonable.
Anyone know where me and JT can buy some XRP? As Steph Curry told us it's gonna moon.
What's up, Jordan, dude? Oh yeah, man. Wolf of Wall Street, by the way. I don't know. Where did XRP get listed again for Americans? Okay, that's Link, man. Just another way. I mean, we could, give me a sec. Uphold, there you go, dude. Uphold for your XRP if you're American. Let's go, dude. Okay. All right, what was the next request? Sorry. That was the next request. Cool. Oh man, dude, comp is like, let's see here. Comp, looking like it's going for full reset, right? I mean, God, it's so ugly. So ugly. You're below inflection points, right? Where you need to desperately be above $329. You're not above it. You're below it. Too perfect up here, A and C. So you can't call it a formal harmonic too deep on B. I look at this and I'm like, let's scrap it. We might have to just scrap it. Now you might have a falling wedge here that's pretty psychotic looking. Dang, dude. Dang, man. Talk about downsloping price contraction, chat. This is very real. That is a very real falling wedge structure. So it's below levels that we need it to be above. Like it has to desperately get back above 329. You get above 329 though, holy crap, man. This asset minimum, like always, undoubtedly goes up to like 460. But dude, undeniable, beautiful wedge. Nice request. Not bad. It's just, it kind of is tough locally. Like, how do we size it up? I mean, you got a low here. Is that bullish divergence per se? Because what about this swing low? Do you omit this one? maybe on a different time scale or something, there's something more notable going on with it. 12 hour, 8 hour. Could be diverging. I mean, yeah, it could maybe, it could make the argument. Let's just say, all right, we'll settle on this. Comp looks extremely bullish, or it looks like a very bullish consolidation structure, but it's not at levels that are that great, because you can see 266 to 321. It's kind of straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. So maybe what we could do is keep your eye on it, have an alert set up. It gets back above 329. That's when you can get really comfortable and think this asset might be going up, back up to 500 bucks again. This is a huge range. Okay, huge 320 to 538 range. And we get above that, man. That's where you really start paying attention to this. But don't ignore it, because that's beautiful right there. That's perfect. Okay. And if you're newer or something, normally a lot of times when assets look this pretty, this eventually happens. Okay, just telling you. How deep is the retrace that we've received like today from the low point?
Noise!
That's wrong.
Mitch, what type of candle would you call that on the SPX 3 month?
I don't know, we'll look at it. I think you do. You didn't even hit a 78% retrace, but by God, you were close. 266. You got as low as 270 ounce. There was technically like a 75% sale on comp at its lowest point. But for strategy, man, if we were just so close, dude. If you could, let me just plot this wick here too. Right there, back from August of last year. You were so close. Man, if you could test that, that might be a legendary long entry point, okay? 786 confluent with crazy historical support resistance. I mean, you're so close to it. All right, pay attention to comp.
Take me
comp.
back to the cake and bake
Just
days.
not quite there.
Take a look at cake after all the other S coins in the world, of course. Thank you.
Of course, Cake Daddy. Thank you, man. Cake and bake days. Yeah, dude. Man, what a dynamic duo. Tendies after tendies, you know. People were a lot happier back then, if I recall. I guess everyone thinks that. Okay. We'll see here. Next request was, okay, that one. Is there any hope for Algo that already had its crazy run and is now back below kind of major levels that are really important? It could be trying to, I mean, right? Who's to say? Until it breaks, who's to say it's gonna dump? It does look really ugly though, right? Consistent levels of distribution even recently, but it's holding here, right? It's holding this local low from September 21st. Only up 0.35%, so massively underperforming the macro today. But at one time it was outperforming everything. So I think, I just think there are better assets to look at maybe than this one because of this craziness. These corrections can last for months and it could eventually bleed on out all the way to 119 while everything else pumps. Because it pumped while nothing else was truly really pumping, right? So it was out of sync then. It could be out of sync when Bitcoin's going up. This thing could go down. So I don't, right? Like there's no real value here at all. No value. Be paying some premium still, and you're at such a high point where look how close you are to the resistance points. And we know like the only real major support levels are so much lower. So there's so much downside potential, meaning that means like there's a lot more risk involved if you wanted to long this than maybe Ethereum. Right? Ethereum, we know like we're longing a swing low that just was created and we're back above an inflection point. This one, you can't do that. You can't strategize a stop loss really below a major inflection point because you're below the major inflection points. You get it? You even broke down, up thrusted, and then back tested the up thrust as resistance. That's an inverse spring back test to spring. It's more bearish. But yeah, man, who's to say it can't break upward in like everything else? But it's not at an area that makes too much sense to take a strategic long right now as I'm speaking to you.
Time for the supporters to yell louder than the haters. Thanks for the immense value you bring. Don't let them get to you. Take some time for yourself, heart.
Thanks, Sarah. I don't know. I've been trying to take a little bit more time for myself. I think that's what's caused consternation.
Noise!
Would like your thoughts on HUD.
Yeah, mining. CB, thanks to for 20. We'll look at it. Add the list. Much love. Next one is Dash. We're dashing. We're dashing. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. I mean, dude, it almost went for a full reset, didn't it? Dang, man. Look at this. I mean, how deep was it from this low to high? Good God, it hit the 786 like the Jesus, man. Well, this would be a bat formation, so it's not even at the PCZ. But dang, you can't say it's not at a major level of inflection. Dude, you're above the major level inflection, right? It tested it. It didn't even test it. It was so freaking close. But he's talking about a wedge. So this is, all right, could be value perceived area. Certainly reacted there. Yeah, a lot of divergence developing on. Yeah, dude, the divergence is very real on the oscillators. Look at on the 4 hour anyway. And he's talking about a wedge though. Let's look at this wedge, man. Is he talking about here? Yeah, locally maybe. Yeah, man, you got some sort of breakout, like local structure. Sure. Local structural breakout. We've seen that happen before, have we not? Is this not some sort of fractal of what we saw in July? Well, here's the thing on Dash. 176, very real classic resistance, right? I mean, going back, I say classic because it's like legacy. It goes back 2019. My God, man, it goes back to 2018. Multiple times 2018. So you break that to 176. You're probably headed to 176 to test it. You break that to 11, 280. 398, man. So yeah, you broke out of falling wedge. Question is, how would you Fibonacci a falling wedge like that? Would you just go from the high point to low point of the structure, or would you go from that very high top? If you were going from the high point of the wedge to the low point to Fibonacci, target 184, 193. You're already at the 236. Fibonacci retracement. Right, if you did it, so that's conservative Fibonacci. If you wanted to go like you think this is ushering in a major reversal, you go from that very peak, August 23rd, to the low point now. You haven't even hit 236 yet. So the target here would make way more sense, 211. It would just take a little bit longer to get there. 211 and 216 is a 50% retrace. 618 is 233. Those would probably be your little bit more aggressive targets on Dash. But yeah, you did, looks like, break out of a consolidation structure. And I like one low. And then I like a second low. I like the confirmation low. And look at again, I brought this up a minute ago. The divergence is so powerful right here. It's so very real and evident. Undeniable divergence. I like it, man. At deep value areas, right? This thing, this asset, Dash, July 20th, it bottomed out at 109 and went all the way to 287, right? This asset appreciated in value in a month, pretty much 161%. But since then, it's lost 75%, 78% of its value. So there's a 78% sale on Dash, and it broke out of this consolidation structure. So it's, you know, there's an argument there. But hey, that could be across this cryptosphere. A lot of assets have done resets like this. What's up, Kirk, dude? Thanks to 20, dude. Much love. All right, next request. All right, next one was Luna, that had its own little sweet bat, has somehow, by the looks of it, held an old resistance from August 19th, August 24th, September 3rd. It was once resistance, 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 resistance. Now it's support, support, support. My God, it didn't look very good. It looked like descending triangle behavior, but it held, like Bitcoin held the support. And it's rallying again. And so it hit C, the target for Luna, the next target, if this holds, $45, $44.92. The height, the A point of the bullish bat, right? You hit C, that's one aggressive target, and another aggressive target is A, and that's $44.92. So that's probably where it'd be headed. It obviously broke a supply line locally, right? Just consolidation structure, breakout. has occurred on Luna, and it looks like you're back testing the breakout as support on this 4-hour candle. Nice, man. So you hold, yeah, $44.92, then $50 psychological all-time high, or psychological resistance, because the 5s and the 0s. When you have no resistance looking left, that's all you can do is think about Fibonacci and historical or psychological levels, 50, 75, 100. Of course I do stocks, yeah. I didn't learn any of this stuff in crypto. This is all traditional technical analysis. I'm applying it to an untraditional market called crypto that hasn't been around too long, right? Or at least the market we know and trade today. Hey, Ghostwriter, dude, we already looked at it. So before you type, why don't you, like, you know, think or look? Hex has been covered today. Your precious Hex. All right, next request. All right, it's that one. It's VeChain doing things. Wow, remember VeChain? Also that similar downsloping price contraction. It wasn't technically too much white space here, but you plot them together, there was an apex. And look at the divergence that turned into even more divergence. And now a breakout. And your target most likely is 9.8 cents, just the high back from March 21st. You break that. You very well, I mean, I think 11.5 cents swing low, but you could be going back up to 14 cents, 15 cents again. Okay. You got a breakout. You have a breakout on VeChain and several others, right? They're same structural developments, you could say. All right. 9.8 cents. You break 9.8 cents, you're thinking 11.4 cents, then 14 to 15 cents again, right? That was the old, right? This was a beautiful harmonic structure that hit aggressive targets. So the harmonic once pulled back, second time reversed. And now, you know, on the reversal, it's rallying. You know, on the reversal, it consolidated and it's breaking out. And, you know, this thing eventually, if the market conditions are bad for Bitcoin, this can go all the way back down for full reset. It hasn't done that yet. We're talking 886. 886 is not too far away. It was 6.6 cents. That could occur. Another shark. Same structure. But too powerful for now. All right. We got a breakout on VeChain. So we got to do it.
VeChain doing things.
There you go, dude. All right. Next one. Fami. Old Fami that was doomed until it wasn't. Up 36% today. Gapped up above 31 cents. Yeah, here's the thing. You got back above it. Congratulations. But this is where it could come back test 31 cents before running higher or falling over. This thing is like all-time bearish. I mean, you requested it before. And it's cool that it's back above the inflection point. But anytime you break a level of inflection, market participants don't truly know that the break back above the inflection is real. So oftentimes market participants like to push the price down to just make sure it's real before then it gets really sent. Okay, so I would be looking out for that. Really hard to be like, hey, time to take action on an asset that just hit all-time lows and is up 36% today. Right? Maybe waiting for some sort of a form of confirmation or a technical indicator, which would be a spring back test of spring. That would be far more prudent, conservative, and less risky. It'd probably be a down day when it got there. It wouldn't be up 36% testing that level. So that's Fami, dude. Okay, here's one.
Egg tipped $1 million. Can we check when USDT?
Yo, look at when Egg. Thanks, dude. Here's Casper. Created some sort of harmonic, maybe? I don't know. Too deep, man. But full reset. How deep did it retrace? Low to high. 88% retrace. I love it there. Value perceived areas, an M shape of some sort, even though it's not a formal harmonic. Look at that reaction at the 886. That's perfect, dude. So from there, you know, if it's gonna rally, which I don't know. I mean, this thing is terrible, right? It's like only makes lower highs, lower lows, but it could be creating that M-shaped formation reversal that we've seen time and time again on S coins, right? That, you know, takes you back to at least 18 cents. You break 18 cents, you're going to 30 cents. So you're reacting there. You don't have any form of real confirmation at that level. But yeah, this could be forming an M-shaped reversal at these levels. Maybe. I could certainly see it being the case if Bitcoin broke 44K, broke the wedge, and began its ascent up to test 53K, then 58K. 53K being the local highs we saw earlier, or in August or whatever, for El Salvador. Legal tender news dumped us. Sell the news event. Yeah, maybe M-shape. If it held, I would think that, like, you would say there's definitely some level where sell orders are at 15 cents. So if it was to hold here, then probably 15 cents to 18 cents. You break 18 cents, 30 cents. That's it. It's not really that good though, because this, it's all out of whack. It's a 70% retrace here, you know. Then what about this wick? What is that? It's 80+% wick. It makes it something we can't even identify because it's not an identifiable structure. Something that it would be in the textbook. It's just an M shape probably. Okay, let's see here. All right, so this is Sol. You know, I've been monitoring this. It like had its little channel. You know, I don't think it was anything really that special, but it's looking pretty good. Look at this accumulation: a low, a higher low, and now a higher low. The higher low after the breakout of the supply line. This looks actually really strong. This could be really, really strong here. First target minimum 150. That's going to be tested again. That's the sell wall. Pretty close to it. You break that, I mean, you have to say that maybe 170. So sizing this one up, yeah, it's a 4%. But hey, maybe just like Link or like Ethereum, same type of situation where, you know, wherever you're longing, you just, okay, we broke out. You see the swing low right here we just established. All right.
Can we check RU? Delivery on London Stock Exchange.
Sure, dude. Thank you. Yep. Really tough though. We strategized that way. We can't even take profit here. It's 2.5 to 1, which is okay. But and even if you were like right here at the entry, you couldn't take profit at 170. You'd have to take profit at the next level, 188, and that's 3.6 to 1. And therefore, you could have an even looser stop then, as long as it's 3 to 1. But that's maybe how one could size this up right here. Okay. Solana, then 188 first target, 211 second target, right? You get stopped out, oh well, move on, right? But you understand why you'd get stopped out, because it'd fall below the swing low, another consecutive higher low it made. And that's accumulation. That's actually pretty good. And it's a really nice uptrend. And this could be a major attempted rally, right? Before dumping again, if it's going to. Or it just continues on because it's Solana. It's going to replace some other crypto. All right, dude. It's the whatever killer. Okay, yeah, this could be actionable here. Solana broke out. All right, next one was what? There we go. Dude, oh my god, you want to talk about crazy? Dude, dot, it looks so bad here. It looks like a huge head and shoulders pattern. But dude, it's a potential head and shoulders because the neckline has not been truly breached. If anything, the neckline was just held. So if the neckline was just held and it's not a true head and shoulders, you understand when potential head and shoulders fail, where they fail is an actionable area for a long. Stop loss just right below the neckline. Target, I mean, you could make it conservative here, you know, that high from September 7th, or you could just swing for the fence and go for the head, right here, September 14th. But just, we know the major inflection point is like $39 to $40. So you could look online. If a head and shoulders fails to break the neckline, it will hold the neckline and then rally from there. And the uptrend it's currently in will resume. That's very real. So if head and shoulders, potential head and shoulders fail, and they hold the neckline as support and confirm a second bottom there, they can oftentimes do this. Yeah, it looks doom and gloom. Like whoever the market maker is, you painted a very, very scary picture. But somehow, you're holding the neckline? It didn't break? Perfect. That's exactly what he wanted you maybe to think. Okay, but we're looking at the price action now, and on the second low here, at the inflection point, you are showing tremendous amounts of bullish divergence on that RSI. That's solid, man. This is a long trade setup too. We'll just say easy, right? This is a low risk area. If it breaks down, what happens? You get stopped out just slightly below the neckline, you're out. Okay, you move on with your day. You took on minimal losses, but the upside above this level is so high. You get that, right? Be like one target, man, you know? Like, or you could be really conservative here and try to just be like, all right, that candle high close right there, 3.51 to 1, and then you could say, all right, second target could be the top of the range, and then your third target could be, I think, all-time highs? No, up here to like the high from March 26th, right? This whole thing was going to continue. Yeah, if it fails. If it fails to roll over at the neckline, this is exactly where the asset would rally. Just go look it up, man. Dang, dude. It's pretty freaking good. Pay attention, though, because it could go either way. We don't need to know where it's going next to make money. Clearly, you can see that, right? Because if it's going to roll over, we get stopped out. It dumps to $20, $19, man. This doesn't hold. If it does, probably 40 bucks.
Hey Mitch, no, the stock market doesn't look great, but can you look at QS Quantum Scape Corporation deep ray trace, and I think a double bottom with higher low and trying to use old resistance as support? 0.007000000 EDH.
It's QS come supercharged. Thank you, Sadie. Yeah, we'll look at it. Put it on the list. Much love. All right, just an idea. Just an idea here. Wow. Failed potential head and shoulders patterns. Head and shoulder patterns turn into longs. I can show you what happened on a failed breakdown. I have one like literally from a year ago that happened. It was a tech stock. It was Qualcomm. Some of y'all might remember it. So trend analysis. It's technical indicator. Could be chart pattern. A chart pattern. A busted, failed potential head and shoulders. You understand this will play out so hard at Bitcoin dumps though, right? So that's why stop losses are literally imperative, of paramount importance. One must, if they were ever to take a long on dot, they have to, mandatory, have a stop loss set up below 25.70. They have to. Because if it fails, you're going to lose so much money. You get that, right? That's trading. So we're betting that this will hold in an October rally to 40 bucks and beyond, maybe. Okay? It looks gloomy on the chart right here, doesn't it? But you got to take a look at what's going on at the neckline. Anyway, sorry, I'm beating a dead horse here or something. I don't know. Okay. Moving on to the next one. There's a lot today, dude. So I'm just trying to get it, man. Next request was literally, specifically, the S&P 500 on the 3-month chart. Major, I would say almost a long-legged doji. Major indecision. And long-legged dojis, when assets they close like this and they have huge wicks, that's tremendous amount of indecision. And oftentimes, long-legged dojis can indicate a major move is coming. That's literally a description in textbooks of what long-legged dojis can signify. Not always, but that's 3-month, probably closer to a long-legged doji or spinning top more than anything. And those are indecision candles, but also can imply big moves coming. 3-month S&P 500 chart. 1 month, major, disgusting, tweezer top, bearish engulfing, almost Marabazoo. Good God, dude. There's your 3-month. All right, let's see. Next request. Back to crypto. Hey, all right. So why not? We're starting on the 3-month here in 47 minutes. Chat. Cake to the U.S. dollar on the 3-month. The quarterly candle will be bullishly engulfing. Bet you didn't see that coming. 3-month bullish engulfing candle confirmed in 47 minutes. That's crazy, dude. On Cake. Let's go. Cover the previous candle in Moon. It will be, I mean, 3 months, dude. It'd be the highest 3-month candle close of all time. Okay. Let's go to the monthly. All right. And not as good looking. Good God. What a wipeout. Still ended up making a higher low than the previous low. Not going to be much of any kind of candle. This is just down. So it's almost like an A, B, C, D, possibly. Really struggling here, right? The candle high close back from February 19th. What are you doing? Jeez, dude. Look at that. A whole week, or pretty much a week, you've been testing that old candle high close as a resistance. You got to break back above it, man. You're below it. What's it doing, dude? What's up, P? Sure, dude.
On 3-month, you said major move could be coming. You think it
Dude,
still
in
has
3
the steam
months,
to
so
go
much
up
price
like
action can occur. It can go up really high in the first month and a half, and then dump in the last month and a half, and it's awful, right? Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's really speculative. I'm just telling you what the candle implies based on the textbook, right? Yeah, I don't know if it's that the S&P is going to react insanely to that. Thanks, dude. So you got to get above the levels that you're not above right now. You get above $18.96, $19 with candle close confirmation. I'll feel pretty good about it. The bullish engulfing candle, believe it or not, on Cake from the 22nd is still valid. No candle close has been below that.
USDT, big harmonic structure.
We'll look at Zcash egg. Thanks, dude. Thank you, man. Dang, dude, keep this up. You could just paid for another month Patreon, dude. Anyway. So obviously a supply line here. They're not even close to, but what you'd be hoping for is the asset does get back above $19, confirms a close above it, and then you get a confirmation low, one bottom and a second bottom. You rally on up to the supply line at $22. You break that, and then hopefully run on up to $26.28 again. And then what is this? This could be, maybe, an A, a B. Wow, that's a nice 618 right there, isn't it? And then a D. A, B, C, D. 1618. PCZ of the ABCD would be 2850. Okay. So hopefully at the 618, we have this going on. A potential double bottom at an inflection point, but you've got some more work to do. This asset needs to get back above this level. Above this level, though, isn't it reasonable to believe the asset would go to 2628 again? Why? Why do you say that? Because historically, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. So if you confirm bottom above this level again, you go straight up again, of course. Literally, of course, that's what Cake would do. So yes, pay attention to it. There certainly could be a little bit of MACD bullish divergence on the daily as well. A low on price, a slightly lower low with much lower levels of negative momentum, implying a reversal to the upside is coming on a quite somewhat significant time scale. And we just talked about the 3-month candle is about to bullishly engulf. Holy crap. So this, don't count out Cake yet. Pay attention. Okay. Okay, Cake. Let's see here. Let me check my notes. Okay, next one. That's a minor. Yeah, beautiful. I mean, potential cup with handle or something going on. Cup with handle, but I don't really know on the daily if it's bottoming out or not. Maybe the RSI, you could try to imply that this could be happening. This could be developing where you make a low on price, then a much higher low with higher or lower levels of stream. There could be a continuation implied to the upside. Hidden bullish divergence argument right there. Oh no, what did I just do? There we go. Not really at a strategic area, huh? The strategic area for HUT was 669. When you broke above it and then you back tested it as support and bullishly engulfed. That was the strategic entry area. As you can see what happened, it rallied up to the old all-time high. Or not, was it all-time high? Yeah, all-time high. So yeah, it could be coupled with handling, man, but who knows how long. I mean, this handle could last a while. The real entry, the Jesus entry, was the spring back test of spring July 20th when Bitcoin bottomed out the next day. Spring back test of spring. Level of inflection, sprung, back tested the spring, moon. This is what I try to teach here. Over and over and over again on all charts, all markets. You're looking for springs, back test of springs, low risk areas, because you can easily set up your stop loss just marginally below that back test of the spring. So we get stopped out, minimal losses, but huge upside potential. Anyway. Man, okay. Kind of interesting. I mean, on the 4 hour anyway. 4 hours kind of interesting, isn't it? It's like one bottom, maybe a second bottom. Bullish engulfing candle today. Up 7.55%. So you could say bullish convergence maybe trying to develop on the oscillators in the 4 hour. Maybe confirmation low. Maybe. If that's it, the gap fill. Target 1016. Just talking about one bottom, two bottom. Maybe. It's a very real possibility. Confirming a bottoms in and accumulation. And I think the only reasonable target would probably be like 1020, 1040 area. If it's bottoming out here, that's HUT. If you were trying to trade this, it'd probably be prudent to have a stop maybe like 766, 769 or something. Just right around the candle low close from September 21st. Trying to play that maybe it's pivoting for a second time. Blake, I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, man. Thanks for watching. Next request. We going, man. We out here. We in here. Oh my god, dude. It was so good. It was so freaking good in the end. Wow, look where it went. It finally made it to a candle high close all the way back from February 12th. Correlation April 25th. Spring back test of spring. Moon. Somewhat moon. I think that was a bullish garlic. It might have been a little too deep here. But it was an X, A, B, C, D. It was an M shape. And the M, the D back tested the inflection point from February 12th. That's beautiful, man. What a reaction. High or low here. Based on history, you would think that this probably has a little more upside, maybe to 5 cents, just that high from May 26th. But eventually, 5.6 cents, this is the zone, major zone inflection. Dang, man, I didn't even see this. This could be major, dude. Okay, let's see here. How will we do this? We would do, could be a couple ways. Yeah, I mean, like that, it's almost like a Garley Barley. Dang, went 94%. It's a major M shape, though. Like, and what's happening, if you look at it like an M-shaped formation, it's confirming its bottoms in, right? Confirmation lows occurring right now. That's beautiful. Okay, that means way more upside. I mean, 6.3 cents, eventually 7.5 cents. Yeah. So this is a huge structure. Been in development since July 20th, man. This could be it. Stuff like this, especially with confirmation lows, implies this, chat. Do you understand? Someone screenshot this and come back in like a month or two, maybe, on AMP. Okay, AMP. There you go, dude. Hey, look, it's the fake Mitch Ray Nigerian scammer, dude. All right, anyway, hey, pay attention. M shape, confirming its bottom. This would be certainly a position trade, maybe. Take a while, maybe over a week to get to where it needs to be. Maybe a few weeks. Whole month of October, dude. This is real. This is something you don't ignore, man. Look what last time the asset retraced from the low to the high. 85%, right? 85% retrace went insane. Okay? There's a trend here on AMP. Maybe it's a trend on all markets, because that's what makes harmonic so reliable. Look at this asset. March ran up insane amounts. Then what did it do when it bottomed out? It X, A, B, C, D violently dumped to the 88% retrace, and then went berserk. Right, lost 88% of its value before berserk. So okay, that one time, and then the second time we just looked at it, 85% retrace before moon. And now here we are again, chat. You lost 90% of your value, and you're double bottoming at the 90% retrace. It's, hello? It's like clockwork on AMP. Every time it loses 88 to 90% of its value, it literally goes up in value like 300%, 150%. Right? Okay, that's AMP. Yeah, 2 emojis on that. Like, this isn't a big deal. Okay, dude. But I'd get like 50 emojis if the asset was at 12 cents, right? That's what I'm saying, dude. It's just like, these are the times, man. You know, people are unhappy, you know, and they want the hype or something, and I can't give you hype. All I can give you are potential low risk areas to ensure a trade in September, literally like last year. This is almost identical to last year in some ways, where these assets are at low risk, high reward opportunity areas, confirming bottoms, just like last year. Wow. Okay. Well, we did look at Link already and did like a trade setup on it. So I appreciate the contribution. But we did look at Link. I think it would be in your best interest to just rewind, because I gave it my all, and I might not do as good of a job if I tried to reiterate the analysis on Link, because we did like posted like everything on it. So okay, moving on. Ooh, lot of assets, man, today. Got keeping me busy. That's okay. I'm just telling you, it's like, full win, right? Win did its thing. It was awesome. It was consolidation structure, broke out, hit targets, and then dumped. Still making higher lows than previous lows though, right? Let's clean it up a little bit. Hey, isn't this what VeChain and BNB and a few others are doing right now? Dash, yeah, maybe. Same thing. So I don't think this is deep enough quite yet, but maybe one bottom and maybe a second. I've seen it before. Scamwix acted as a second bottom. I think it was Dash last year's trade where we did that. One bottom, a second bottom. Maybe the 4 hour gives you really nice divergence here or something. Daily's not really giving you anything, except maybe the fact that it keeps losing its negative momentum. You haven't seen positive momentum on wins since August 21st. How deep? 786 probably. Yep. Wow, dude. You could be confirming a bottom at the 78% retrace. I'd prefer this asset gets back above 4.41 of a penny. That's the old high back from August 3rd of 2019. So a little too shallow. It's not at the 886. It's trying to bottom out of the 786. So it can't say it's not a Gartley. So, you know, maybe it's just a inverse Bartley-Gartley, whatever, where it's like XA, B, C, and then D. Dang, man, 786, right? It's like too shallow. Normally these things go to the 886 before they reverse. But who am I? Like, if I'm seeing one bottom and then maybe a second bottom, this is really interesting. Not sure if we would say to take action on it quite yet, but even though, man, it looks really interesting. Stupid divergence on the RSI on the 4 hour right here. I mean, this is asking for a break upward probably, even if it's just a lower high and dumps to the 886 eventually. So yeah, you're getting there, right? 78% sale on win, 88% sale on whatever these ones I've been looking at, dude. I'm just going, man. All right, next one. It's not at the PCZ technically. Rue is terrible. Looks like it could be going for a full reset. Yep, there's an inflection point, I guess. There's this Scamwick low from July of this year that it's at. Be really careful here. I wouldn't long this. You had your chance, right? Maybe down. This is smart money, and these corrections can last for months, many more months than a month, right? This has been selling off since just August, mid-August. So there's no edge. No edge, man. Nothing's implying reversal here. Not even at deep retrace levels. I wouldn't want to touch this until it got to a 78% retrace or an 88% retrace from its previous major discernible swing lows to the highs. That's way down at 265, 248. I don't think there's enough value here. But hey, it could reverse here. It could bounce. This is exactly where assets can bounce. But I prefer 786s, 886s because we know how reliable assets pivot points can be at these levels. Not really 618s. They happen, major reactions occur, but oftentimes as major reactions occur, they just end up being lower highs and they dump to much, much lower levels. When you're looking at 886s and 786s, that's when the major reversals, big new waves occur. The 618s where a reaction occurs because Fibonacci, algos, bots, right? It's a number. People may perceive a sale there, critical inflection points, but it's not something that would continue on the trend probably. So anyway, I don't really see it. Like, nothing sticks out to me as exceptional on Rue. Next request was Quantum Scape that broke some sort of supply line. Is at inflection point from September of last year, a year ago. Trying to hold it as support. It's really trying, man. It's really tough with the way the macro is acting, right? But yeah, it's certainly not at like crazy high risk areas. If it can hold this level, I don't know why it's not visible. Oh, maybe it's only visible on the daily. Yeah, okay. Fibonacci here. So you think about it. This asset has lost from its buying climax. It lost 88% of its value. It is bottoming out. It's like, so there's an 88% sale on QS. You get it, right? 88% sale on QS, and you're at an inflection point from a year ago. And you're trying to hold it as support. If it holds, there could be a lot of upside potential. I mean, minimum target 32.50. After that, I mean, you'd have to just go one at a time, $40. And then your major discernible swing highs are looking at like $64. So a bump and run looks kind of real here. It looks like you are bump and running. A bump and runs where you have two major supply lines from way back February, and you have a trend line that anchor point on each high, and that trend line goes down, and eventually you break it. That's a bump and run. It's like momentum shifting, and if the context historically is really pretty interesting here. If it can hold this level, it could see a lot more upside. It's at value perceived areas, so it's a pretty decent request, right? It's not like an asset that's up, hitting an inflection point, and it's up 100% in the past week or something. Like some requests are that, you know. It's not too bad. We got less than 30 minutes now until your monthly and quarterly candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. We've been live 1 hour and 30 minutes, man. Let's go, dude. Let's see here. Next one. I think I'm catching up a little bit, thankfully. Oof. That was Morpheus, dude. Morpheus that lost 100% of its value. And then looks like accumulation occurred there. Yeah, those are like lowest risk areas. And look where it's going now off of that, right? Sprung, you back tested the spring kind of, and you're above the 200-day moving average for the first time since April. I mean, your inflection points 1.2 to 1.28 tenths of 1 penny, clearly shown on your screen here. That is probably where it's headed. We knew if it held this level, that would be the next major level, and above that would be 2 tenths of 1 penny. Remember, these assets are worthless pretty much, right? Me saying 2 tenths of 1 penny, hundreds of pennies, so worthless. So anyway, it's just on a nice run after it found its bottom at a reasonable level that made sense where a bottom could get put in. Inflection points are so real, are they not? It just sometimes takes a while. It's a liquid S-coin called Morpheus. Great. Dealer. Okay, that's Morpheus. Sweet, dude. On its way to maybe the next major levels. You see the M? It's not a formal textbook harmonic, but it is an M shape. Full reset. Okay, next one was Zcash. This is the most recent request. So we got it, man. We got through it. Not too bad. Harmonic, but it hasn't officially hit its PCZ yet, right? If this is any kind of harmonic, it's probably Shark, and it's probably only at a 786. And he's talking about, he said, big harmonic structure on Zcash, and it's like, well, if it is a Shark that is not quite there. God, it's so close, isn't it? If you wanted to be technical on the pattern completion zone, it was 95.70. You got as low as 99.85. My God, so a couple bucks. And the reason why maybe it didn't hit that pattern completion zone is because look left, August of 2020, that high, that peak. Another peak back from November 2016 and close to that March 2017 level. So it's trying to hold some historical support as support again. So no real edge here, and maybe you're reacting, but you didn't hit the PCZ exactly. But yeah, it's pretty beautiful M shape. You know how M shapes can go, like they can usher in reversals. And I think if it was going to reverse eventually, I don't know if it's actionable right now because there's not enough confirmation. Maybe the 4 hour is. 4 hours, extremely nice bullish divergence. I love the way it looks locally in terms of the oscillator. The MACD and the RSI are both kind of screaming it right now. Right there. Keep making lower lows, and you keep making higher levels relative strength, lower levels negative momentum, and you're at the inflection point. So it's like this could be an area where it does reverse based on right here. But the daily, you know, I think there just might be more assets that are showing more confirmation lows than this one.
Just to see price spring back above it. Would you re-enter the trade with the same stop? Thank for the help.
You could, just depending on like seeing the asset pivot and start maybe a bullish engulfing candle. You could take action on a Japanese candlestick reversal after a successful spring back test. Maybe, yeah, depending on the context, sure. Can y'all hear the music? I can't even hear it, dude. Might be way too quiet. It is too quiet for me to hear. So I can't even tell if it's a terrible song or not, right? I think I have a pretty good ear for what songs suck and what songs are okay. All right, that was the last request, man. So we got 25 minutes to kill. I don't know how I'm going to kill it, dude. We've looked at a lot of assets already today. But just meandered on back to Bitcoin. That is near its highs of the day. And nearing, well, you're looking at the daily, it's beginning to, you can begin to say the sentence that Bitcoin is successfully holding $40,000 as support, and it just is so convenient that it's the last day of historically the worst month on record for crypto performance. You held successfully. If this supply line breaks, chat, just don't be surprised if Q4 is insanely bullish for Bitcoin. We just don't know if it's going to hold, but man, we start separating away, and we're about to go into the historically most or the strongest performing month for crypto on record. We're going into it. The quarterly candle's closing. 23 minutes, 50 seconds. And thanks for the 500 plus likes. Really appreciate it. Yeah, OMG is doing awesome, man. That was trade setup. You know, people aren't going to talk about trade setups when they're unhappy. I don't think. They should be talking about other things. Whatever, right? OMG was like, it saved the day when Bitcoin was dumping. This thing was pumping, right? And it was just anything above $8. The analysis was bullish. And now it's hitting its highest level since May. Nearing the end, right? OMG nearing the top. Which I omitted this psycho wick candle. It made too much sense. I mean, the way the rest of the market looked, it's like, I'll omit that because if you omit it, it's perfect. And the double bottom happened. I was like, market participants perceived it the same way I did. Just omitting that psycho candle, psycho wick. Anyway. Man, all that hidden bullish stuff. I didn't even look at the daily on OMG during this time. Dude, it was just all this. It just continued to diverge. hidden bullish divergence on the RSI like crazy the whole time above $8 because it kept making higher lows, same lows. Dang, man. Holy crap. We're just talking about this, man. I mean, like, okay, at the time, I mean, literally at the time, I had no clue this was going to play out, right? No clue. It seemed really strong, and it almost was like, oh, it could be FOMO. Not really, though, because of historical context, right? This is the idea, the trade setup posted this month, about 2 weeks ago. And all I did was like, okay, 922 entry, stop loss, below the inflection point. Echo Leaf, thanks for the 5, dude. Super chat, much love. The stop loss was just marginally below the zone of inflection going back to February 15th. All right. All right. All right. So, okay. Yeah, it hit the entry, obviously. It almost stopped out. It almost stopped out, dude. But look at that, man. Look at that level of inflection that we identified, how it held, and it never fell any below that stop, and now it's on the way. It's not obviously not hit the first target. We had to swing for the fences, but we bet that this would continue upward, and we think that, or I think that it'd probably break this May 7th high. This uptrend would continue, and we would eventually see 1850, 20, and $25. So you're on your way, but it's a long way to go still. Okay, but just bring it up because it's like this is how you can apply traditional technical analysis and make money and not know where the asset's going. What's up, Danny?
Danny tipped $26.18. How's Mango looking today? Thank you in advance. Everyone in chat smashed that like.
Well, we'll look at Mango, dude. Thank you so much, Danny, for the 2618 contribution. Much love, dude. Oh man, an alert on OMG if it's breaking critical levels, at least candle high levels. All right. Very good. Up 20% today, roughly. It's at session highs, multi-month highs as I'm speaking to you as you take your breath. Okay. Mango, dude. Mango protocol, dude. It held, man. Mango held, right? It held the support. And I think the first target minimum, which it almost hit, 36 cents. I would think the next target would probably be 45 cents. Like it's almost a shark, right? Like an X, or an X, A, B, C, D. Hit that 886, 90%. This is a discernible swing low. I know it's normally you want to get the bottoms, but I can see this here. So I'm just looking at it like that. Yeah, B doesn't matter too much on the shark, thankfully. But you went, good God, man, you went 95%, right? That's M shape right there. But it was lining up with historical levels of support, resistance. You sprung, you back tested the spring a couple times, and looking like a continuation would be occurring soon. Haven't ever seen positive momentum on the daily and its lifespan on this chart anyway. So there you go. Mango could be going to 45 cents eventually again. Dude, if 26 to 27 cents holds, you're good. You're solid, man. You're going up. It did hold, and then it back tested what it held as support. That's why you have to like Mango right now, what it's technically most recently done at what levels, right? Yep, 93%, 88% levels from previous discernible swing lows. You know, you can identify it on the daily. Okay, yeah. Don't even need the harmonic. Just see. Wow, look at this correlation. That's extremely bullish price action behavior right there. It hasn't really gone very far since it's done that, right? Maybe, I mean, based on this and based on what we know about when assets do this, they normally eventually do this. Okay? We'll see what happens on Mango. All right, let's go to Bitcoin at 18 minutes until your monthly and your 3 monthly or your 3 month candle close. Time is upon us. I'm gonna do all I can to stick around. It's a special day. Whenever a quarter candle closes and a monthly candle closes, try to be here for you for that, right? Big deal. Man, we went hard today. Dang, that was a lot of requests. Bitcoin making us breathe a little bit easier. Us holders with substantial holdings in crypto. For us, I feel a lot better today than I did yesterday. Man, getting out of this little gray zone, you got to feel real good. And now you're butting up against the supply line. And the pattern is pretty much confirmed now as a falling wedge because of today's price action. You hadn't even seen positive Momo really since September 6th, but really, I mean, since like August. It's just been out. Look at all this negative momentum on the daily. And remember, the idea maybe, if this holds, it's an ABCD, right? You just finished C. A, B, C. 618 pretty much. Okay. Minimum target 1272, 1414. How does that not compute as a good idea? That is a very real idea. ABCDs have it all the time. And we just completed the C wave and held a critical inflection point for the first time in history, going into historically the most bullish month in crypto history. We're strong again, right? Huge green candle, and now we're butting up against resistance. And the month is ending. I love when months end, especially after like uncertain, not good months. Dude, things change real fast. Reallocation of capital occurs. Algorithms and bots are programmed that what they were doing last month, they start inversing. They start doing the exact opposite. So just pay attention to the month closing, because price action, the way it's been going, could definitely change. Oh, it's been bleeding out. It's been dying, man. Bitcoin volatility is back down at the low point of the range. Okay. PCZ of a bullish Gartley. You know what that means. Well. Hitting this bullish Gartley, bottom of the trading range of Bitcoin volatility, you're on the rise again, and that could continue. Now you come back down for confirmation low, but when you get down to these levels, volatility, probability increases. When it's up here, probability of volatility decreasing occurs, right? And that's exactly what happened. It hit this inflection point a couple times, dumped in 618, and then rallied and hit it again, made a lower high, and then dumped once more. So now it's like we're back down at the bottom. So historically, down at these levels, this chart price always goes back up to 106, 121 minimum after hitting these levels. So think about what's going on, right? Going into Q3, bottom volatility. The volatility's been bleeding out all summer. God, man. Well, guess what? You see all this? The leaves are falling. Seasons are changing. Volatility could be coming back, man. All right. $43,846, up 5.6% today. Holding 40,665 like a beast 3 different times on the 4 hour. Wonderful, man.
Daily negative Momo winning with maybe some bullish divergence. Will we turn green in October? We'll find out.
Yeah, of course it's waning. Yeah, certainly. And remember, it was kind of like the scuffed argument. It wasn't really that good. You didn't have a histogram island separation. But look, a low on price, and then a lower low, slightly lower low on price with lower levels of negative momentum. That is divergence. It's diverging. It may not be your textbook divergence because of the histogram separation, but it is diverging. And yeah, you're getting close to going positive again. Sure. A, B, C, D. C is pivoting now. And what's so great about C is the context, man, from history. This should be a powerhouse support. It's kind of finally showing us that it's a powerhouse of a support. We need a little bit more follow through price action, and that follow through is going to start in October if it's gonna, right? Of course. Oh man. We're okay, chat. We're okay right now. Oh, Litecoin? Yeah, we'll look at Litecoin. You're good, dude. Litecoin was requested with a merch perch. This is it, chat. Okay. Litecoin, where is it? It's doing something potentially magical again, all right? It is Litecoin is holding the June of 2019 level. It's holding it. It's getting back above it. Very important stuff. No edge. Well, no edge anyway on the daily. Maybe the 4 hour. I think there is on the 4 hour. Oh man, it was like it's still trying to bottom out here, right? It's kind of like turned into like a little wedge. It broke out. Little local consolidation structure right there. Break in. Let me show you real quick. More data. More data. There was divergence and it's continuing to diverge. God, man. Non-stop divergence as it keeps making lower lows. But, you know, look at that. Just this little pattern, man. Little pattern breaking out and then holding 146. Anything above 146 long enough, you could go up to 179. So it's like Bitcoin, 40,665. Litecoin, 145. Ethereum, $2,900 to $3,000, right? They each have their own respective support resistances on their charts, okay? And we're looking at Litecoins. It's a very big deal. You're above it, you could be in really good shape. If not, nah. But unfortunately, the most recent event you made was a lower low, the lowest low of the entire pullback correction, where a lot of assets like Ethereum are making higher lows. Bitcoin's making about the same low. So this one's underperforming Ethereum and Bitcoin because it's made the lowest low, not the same low and not a higher low. Yeah, you would wait to subscribe to the Patreon tomorrow on the 1st, yes. Because the billing cycle starts tomorrow. So if you joined the Patreon today, you'd pay today, and then tomorrow Patreon would automatically bill you. So you want to wait to join the Patreon if you're not a patron yet. Okay. Holy crap, man. We got 10 minutes to kill. Run out the clock situation. We made it almost.
Noise!
What do you make of bond/USDC on Uniswap?
So Joker, dude. Thanks for 20. I don't know. We looked at it like yesterday or 2 days ago or something. Does this song just have a train honking its horn every like second? Sounds like a train honking. Uniswap. Interesting locally. Well, it's actually not just locally, it's also, this is pretty good. Bond actually is insane. It's like, it's different though. It's in its own world. Yeah, it looked like bottoming out and it wasn't. It had to go down one more time, but I just want you to see this. This is a sharp. 50%. Doesn't matter. You're good on C. And look at the, oh my chat. Bond, it could be time. This is what all the altcoins did before they went berserk. The ones that went berserk, they did this first. Exactly what Bond is doing right now. One bottom and a major discernible daily second bottom at the pattern completion zone. Very, very real bullish convergence. A low, a slightly higher low. So eventually, what this all implies right here on Bond is this. Okay? Bond could be a wonderful trade setup. Maybe just a stop loss. It'd be a position trade. One would have to hold the crap out of this for a while because this is the daily. This pattern has been in development since January of this. Dude, it's a whole, like, what, 9 going on 10-month large pattern. Those take a while to play out if they do. So you just got to keep that in mind. So you look at this, right? You see what I've identified on Bond right here. And then we go and we look at another asset, okay? Same thing. Well, it's a lower high, so it was a bat. Which one was a shark, patrons? There are multiple ones. Lower highs or higher highs. They all go to the 886 and they all confirm their bottom. Maybe twice, maybe 3 times. And they show divergence, convergence down here, do they not? Before they go berserk. Dude, where did my AVAX, man? I thought I could have sworn I had it on Binance. You kidding me? Oh, I know. Same thing. 886 retraces, confirmation low, reaction low, reversal low. Okay, and so you see these, and then you do this bond on Uniswap. What about this? What about remember this one? What was it, man? To get rid of it, the data on this. Guess I did maybe to clean it up. It was the same thing, dude. PNT was the exact same thing. Anyway. Dude, there's a lot more. I don't know. I'm just kind of tired, man. I don't know. I feel like zap today. What's up, Danny, dude? What's up, Lister? Wayne Batson? Tony T.
Nice W pattern if BTC drops down to 34k and you're wedged and then rallies.
Of course, Crypto Plumber. Yeah, we looked at that already at 32k. That's the bearish situation, right? This is the bullish situation. If there's enough demand, which we never truly know, if there's enough demand and we hold 40k as support for the first time in history, then I think 57, 58k would complete and resolve an ABCD potential structure, right? You're pivoting on C and you're about to begin on the new month. You're about to begin your C to D wave. All right. If you cannot hold 40k, this makes plenty of sense. Your resolution will be a bullish bat pattern. Value perceived areas on Bitcoin. If you break down, it'll be to 886 at 32k, near a major inflection point. So it'll go a little bit lower, sure. But you understand, right? It's all about if it can hold 40k, it's going to 58k probably in time. If it doesn't hold 40k, it's going to 32, 30k in time. That's all. That's it. We don't know if 40k is going to hold, but my God, after today, this sign of strength on the last day of the month, going into the most bullish month in Bitcoin's history, you got to have a little bit of optimism now. Like you don't know yesterday. Today was really a strong statement from market participants, holding the line, holding the door. It was Hodor, man. He did a really good job. Hodor, man. You get what I'm saying? Multiple scenarios. One can take along here, trying to play the fact that they think that 40k would hold and we're going to 58k. One could long here. They just have a reasonable stop loss set up somewhere below 40,665. Right? That's trade setup stuff. That's literally exactly where someone could strategize a stop loss and an entry and take profits. Right here. Just like Ethereum, same thing, $2,900, $3,000. Guess what happens? If it fails and begins its descent down to much lower levels, you're stopped out, you're done. You wait till 32k.
New follower here. Why do you mostly focus on crypto? What exchanges do you recommend for trading crypto? Tie for the free education.
Cody, demand. Literal demand. Do you see these people requesting? They could request stocks all day if they wanted to, but they're requesting cryptos. So there's demand for it. It's also a newer market. So there are a lot, CNBC covering crypto all day. Well, heck, man, I think they have a couple chart gurus that come on CNBC all day, but they're talking about like energy sector and they're talking about traditional markets. So I'm just feeling there was demand for crypto technical analysis, and I'm here doing it, right? So if there was more demand for stocks, people would be requesting more stocks. We'd be looking at it more, right? I love stocks. Everything I learned about technical analysis and trading came from traditional markets, stocks that you're talking about. For U.S. exchanges, well, it's crazy. You can do anything if you're not in the U.S. If you're in the U.S., you're pretty limited. And Kraken, And Kraken's one's pretty decent. They got some scam wicks. Stop hunting's really bad there. Binance.us, they're getting really weird with their KYC. And Coinbase Pro, of course, like the bread and butter one. Yep. FTX also sucks. They recently went KYC, so no margin for US customers. KuCoin's actually a pretty good one too, yeah. Okay, man. 2 minutes. Local on the 8th. Oh my god. We're already on the local on the 8th. Extended local on the 8th based on monthly close in a second. So we're looking at the monthly right now, chat. It's not much to look at. This is monthly in log scale. Really not as near as bad as yesterday. Just a nothing burger candle. Literally a nothing burger candle. Didn't bearishly engulf as it was yesterday. Literally someone tipped on the stream and was like, how about that bearish engulfing candle on Bitcoin's monthly? We looked at it. I was like, not really that. I mean, it is covering the previous candle, but it's not a big nasty one, right? Like we're seeing on the S&P 500 and the index funds. And now it's not a bearish engulfing candle. It's just become a literally nothing candle. This is not a Japanese candlestick. It's just hanging out. It's nothing. Confirming, you know, a higher close than last month's open, which is always good. So I don't think there's any conclusions we could draw from this month's candle closing, like we could back in October last year. Remember? You remember that time, if you were a viewer and member of this community, where in July we broke out. We broke the supply line, then we spent 2 months back testing that old supply line as support. Not only was it the supply line back tested as support, also the second highest candle close of all time was back tested. This was all we covered during those times. And then in October, we had a break, hook, and go, the bullish engulfing candle that ushered it all in. And now we're pivoting at 30K, and this month's not much, right? Better looking, you know, than the S&P. 3-month candle closing in 30 seconds. 3-month candle, kind of a nothing burger candle. Here we are, chat. Hold 40K, 58K in October at some point, maybe November. But this is extremely powerful stuff holding this successfully, because it would be historic, because it's never happened before. And if it's never happened before, how do we know? We don't until it actually starts showing some good price action, and today was a day. All right, chat. It is literally, gosh dang it, dude. Hey man, hey, it's the you know, the monthly candle close and the 3-month candle close, quarterly candle close. Let's go, dude. Hype in the chat, man. Pretty strong day to day. All right. New month, the most bullish month in the history of crypto, is upon us. Let's put it to the test, chat. Whew. All right, man, we did it, dude. So that's all sticking around. You know, it was a good stream. Been live for like literally 2 hours right now, you know. So it's already dark out, man. Seasons are changing, dudes. They really are. All right. On the cusp of a major breakout now. We were on the cusp of a major breakdown, though, yesterday. Isn't that crazy? That's how critical things have been. You're on the cusp of breakdowns and breakouts. And you can just see it here. You can just see very clearly swing low developed February 11th, February 28th. It was support, then it was support again on August 12th, August 19th, September 13th, and then just recently it's been acting as resistance for the first time. But we're hoping now that a bottom's in. You just confirmed it, and it's time to break out and move way up in price. And the ABCD plays out where you go to 58K. But, you know, again, if it can't break 44K, can't break the supply line, it comes on down to 40K again. And if it doesn't hold that, you know it's going probably to 32K eventually for full reset. And that could be an awesome opportunity for a long. But at the same level, it's an opportunity for a long. You get it, right? Because like, hey, this fails. All right, you stop out, and then we wait till 30K to 32K, you know. But actionable levels on some of these coins, and Bitcoin, I think, until it breaks 40K, has to be bullish based on history. Below, bearish. Above it, bullish. Easy. Yeah, October, man. Let's make it happen. What's up, Harder Styles of Canada? Thanks for watching, man. How'd you find me? If you don't mind me asking. Was it through just recommended, or were you just searching for Bitcoin Live? What were you doing, man? Just curious, you know. And thanks for the 1,035 people tuned in. I appreciate y'all watching, for real. Y'all the reason I do it. You know, I stream this, you know. It was fun enough, TA trading, right? But it's way more fun making money with people that are also on the same journey as you. You know, making money together versus making money alone. So that's kind of, and really just helping guide new market participants in a really scammy environment. Crypto, right? So scammy. So it's like people join this space, they have no idea where to go, and they get caught up with the wrong like the BitConnect guy or Trayvon James or whatever his name is, right? They get caught up in that crap. Oops. But hopefully maybe they find me first, and then they begin to start being skeptical and understand, like, hey, there's the Moon Boy stuff's weird, and it's not it's not sustainable. If you truly want to really trade, if you're going to play the numbers game, you can't have the mentality all those people have, you know. My channel was in your recommendations. Thanks for letting me know, Ruben. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream too. Yeah, be sure to hit that sub button and that bell, and also be sure to join the Discord, because we notify you when I go live every time, because YouTube will inevitably fail to notify you when I go live, especially if we're getting some crazy live random pump streams. I'll be going live not at the regularly scheduled time, so you might truly miss it. Are we breaking out? Not quite yet. No, not quite yet. We're close though. Very, very close. Breakout watch, you could say. What's up, Bob Wallace? Let's go, dude. Thanks for the freaking 111, man. My man. Kings, dude. Remember, if we get a true resounding breakout of this level,
Little something for the hard work.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Okay. But Bob, if we break these critical levels, the supply line confluent with a horizontal line support resistance, $44,200. We break it for real. Big candle, bread stream. Yeah.
Got me started on the right path in the beginning when I was watching insanely stupid videos in 2017.
Gabriel, thanks for letting me know, man. That's cool. Yeah, dude, you just never know. Like, someone could find me, or they could find someone else, and they get a terrible impression of this entire space because of that wrong impression of that first person that they saw, you know. So I try to represent, like, you know, this space a little bit more professional. I don't know, just, you know, again, getting down to business and the technicals, not like whatever. Hey, you know, somebody just bought this. Holy crap, dude, that's so cool. What does this mean? Well, it can mean many things. This asset's going to 1 trillion. Thumbnails with face and mouth open every day. Yeah, I remember the live price action pump streams. I miss them. Love to be a part of one someday again. Like a real one, not a Rudy Poo one. Where we just keep making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Let's get that going again. Maybe the pause is over with a new month. Okay, I think we're good though. So I think we understand where we are. Critical levels. There's just unfortunately a couple critical levels that we've been testing, going nowhere, just making lower highs, and now we're on the cusp of testing the top inflection point. You break that, and there could be tremendous upside on this asset. Okay, pay attention. Have your alerts set up. This is the time to be paying attention. There are actionable areas for longs to enter that we discussed earlier in the stream even. So it's just like, this is the time to watch, pay attention. Not when in a week or two these begin to actually play out and we're up like 30% in a couple weeks, right? That's not the time to be watching the stream. Maybe if you're collecting money and you're happy and we're all communing together, it's congregation, that's great, but not for action. These are the times to be watching if one's looking to take action in this market. Critical levels, euphoria is inexistent. People are super scared. They're complacent. They're just done. They're just like capitulating on. I just can't. I'm done waiting on crypto. I can't do it anymore. I quit. Like that. That's where we are right now. Just like last September, but now we're October. So I appreciate the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Critical levels chat. So let's see what happens. So I'll be back. Until next time, respect the TA.